So are the Padres better off without Aaron Judge? Because if they got Aaron Judge, they would have paid him over $400 million, correct? Would that have taken them out of the Juan Soto contract talks? Maybe not, but I think their chances would have gone down to keep Juan Soto long term because that's over $400 million they're giving to Judge, who's an outfielder. So you're committing long term to a superstar outfielder. Are you going to do that again? They wouldn't have got Xander Bogaerts, right? I think they would have still extended Manny. But take the 400 and you give it 280 of it to Bogaerts. You give 6 to Darvish. So that's less than $400 million. That's less than what you would have given Aaron Judge for Darvish long term, for Bogaerts for the next decade plus. And you got the Manny extension done. And you're going to have probably some more money left over from what you would have given Judge, because it wouldn't have been just 400, it seems like. It would have been more than that. A little more money left over for maybe a Juan Soto extension, maybe Ohtani, or maybe they just, you count that leftover money for the free agent additions from this past offseason. Matt Carpenter, Nelson Cruz, Michael Wacha, right? Guys like that. Bringing back Martinez, bringing back Suarez. I know they were already signed, but maybe you just put the money there. But maybe they're better off. What if Xander Bogaerts ends up being healthier than Aaron Judge long term? Because Aaron Judge, a few years ago, right, he couldn't stay on the field. Is he going to be able to stay on the field for the majority of this next 9-year contract that he's on, starting this year? Who knows? He's probably not going to hit 60 home runs again. I'm not saying that he has to live up to the contract, but that's probably not going to happen again. And the Padres, let's face it, they needed starting pitching long term. And maybe they wouldn't have got the Darvish extension done if they would have signed Judge. Maybe they would have, because I'm not going to, count out Peter Seidler. But again, 280 to Bogaerts, over 100 to Darvish. That's less than what you would have given Judge. So you had the money. Now that you didn't pay Judge, you had the money to pay to Darvish, right, for the next 6 years. They needed the pitching long term. Musgrove was it, like long term, right? In the rotation. Snell, free agent at the end of the year before the Darvish extension. Darvish, free agent at the end of the year. Lugo and Martinez, those were like what? 1-year deals. There's options there, but maybe 1 year. At the time, are you trusting the depth options to be multi-year guys and come up and be in the rotation long term? Getting Aaron Nola next offseason in free agency that wouldn't have been a guarantee. Maybe he gets extended by the Phillies because the Phillies are going to be a contender too. So bringing back Darvish, and you have one of the best shortstops in baseball in Bogaerts, a guy who has a track record of staying healthy, posting every day, consistency. I mean, I like that. I'm fine with that. I guess that's my point at the end of this. Like, let me know your thoughts. Do you think the Padres are better off without Aaron Judge because they're able to add multiple star players? I would have been fine, obviously, having Aaron Judge. But I'm just spinning it kind of positively here. Like, it's all right that they didn't get Aaron Judge. If they extend Soto long term, then I think we're going to be good, right? If they don't, still have Tatis, Manny, and Bogaerts long term. That's pretty good too, right? So we'll see what happens there. Aaron Judge, a better player now than Xander Bogaerts, but what is he going to be in year 3 or 4 of this contract? I don't know. That's still his prime, 33, 34. He does work his butt off, it seems like. The work ethic's there. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying if you look at his track record, 112 games in 2018, 102 games in 2019, 28 of the 60 games in 2020. And then he stayed healthy the last 2 years. Which, that's the best probably indicator of what someone's going to do in the future, is what they did recently. But there is the track record there of not being able to stay healthy. And the Yankees babying him and not playing him in the field every day for a week at times. Like, they weren't going to do that. The Padres can do that with Bogarts. They can do that with Manny. They can do that with Soto. You look at Xander Bogaerts' games, much different compared to Judge. Let's start at 2018 like I did with Judge. 136 games, 155 in 2019, 56 of the 60 in 2020, 144 games 2021, 150 games this past season. He posts. He's not going to miss many games. Like, that's track record. Then you go to 2017, 148 games, 157 games in 2016, 156 games 2015. That's a long track record of staying on the field, being healthy, right? And Darvish, I think he'll age well. I mean, he works his butt off with how many pitches he has, and he's always studying the game. He's eager to learn. So Padres might be better off with what they did instead of getting Judge. Because over $400 million would have been a lot of money for Aaron Judge. I would have still been really, really happy that they got Aaron Judge. But having Bogarts, having Darvish long-term, having Tatis long-term, obviously still, Manny long-term, locked up, Musgrove, right? That's not bad. Suarez, not bad, right?